The Olympic torch relay puts a spotlight on China's abuses, while China plays the victim, turning the East versus the West. Next on Global Pulse. I'm Erin Coker. Today on Global Pulse, we'll look at how these broadcasters are covering China and the rocky road to the 2008 Beijing Olympics. Since the time China said, Western media has presented a wide range of mostly negative coverage of China. Issues ranging from toy recalls to Tibetan riots, all coming to a head as the Olympic torch relay moved west.
Parade of tainted, defective, and even poisonous products from China seems almost unending.
While the Chinese authorities are rejecting links to the Sudanese government, Sudan is one of the biggest recipients of Chinese overseas investment.
Following months of pressure from human rights activists, the director Steven Spielberg announced today he is withdrawing as an artistic advisor to the Beijing Olympics. Spielberg cited China's policy towards Sudan.
30 years of hard-charging growth, often at the expense of the environment, has made Beijing one of the most polluted cities in the world. Haile Gebrselassie of Ethiopia already holds a record for being the fastest marathon runner in the world, but says he has no desire to crown that achievement with an Olympic medal if it means damaging his health.
The Tibetans' rebellion and its brutal suppression by the Chinese army sent shockwaves around the world. China's critics think it confirms what they've been saying all along. Beijing isn't interested in human rights.
In ancient times, to carry the Olympic torch was a symbol of peace. Today in Paris, it was everything except a celebration of sport. The next relay runner, a handicapped athlete, tries desperately to protect her torch, abandoned by police officers overwhelmed by the situation.
Recently, the usually closed-lipped China has been responding with selected media showing carefully edited versions of the torch relay.
80 torchbearers, including celebrities as well as Paralympics and Olympic athletes, carried the torch through 10 London boroughs. The final torchbearer arrived at the Peninsula Square in the afternoon, where a ceremony was held to honor the event.
The secessionists' activities have prompted a wave of criticism. Many spectators also voiced their disapproval of attempts to disrupt the torch relay, saying the act went against the Olympic spirit and was insulting to those who love the Olympic Games.
Officials from the Beijing Olympics Organizing Committee, the Paris government and representatives of the International Olympic Committee gathered at Charletti Stadium as the last torchbearer entered the venue. Tens of thousands of spectators, including locals and overseas Chinese, were there to welcome the torch and cheer for the relay.
During the course of the relay, we saw many enthusiastic French spectators cheering for the Beijing Olympic Games. I'm deeply touched by their friendship. I believe that China will hold a successful event with distinctive features and help promote friendship, cooperation and understanding among people all over the world.
Chinese Olympic swimming champion Lin Li was the first runner of the San Francisco relay. Supporters of China's role as host of the Games cheered on as the torch passed through the streets of the U.S. city. Many overseas Chinese who traveled several hours to the city were on hand to show support.
I think the Olympic Games belong to all people around the world. Chinese people love peace, and the Olympic Games represents peace. We share one theme, and that's our common dream.
Such coverage of controversy is rare in China and has renewed the feeling of being victimized by the West, which may be exactly what the Chinese government wants. For Global Pulse, this is Erin Coker.
This program is brought to you by Link TV for educational and non-commercial use only. Link TV is the only US network dedicated to global and national news, uncompromising documentaries and diverse cultural programs. Programs which connect you to the world.